Hi, and welcome to the Pride Spotlight. Here we meet other Pride members, we get to know them a little better, and we find out what brought them to our lovely community. My name is Rima, and I'm honored to be your host. Today we'll be meeting with Kinga Pasti Hushvidi. Welcome, Kinga.
Hi, Rima. Thank you for this opportunity. I feel really honored to be here, your guest.
Wonderful to have you. So, why don't we start off today, Kinga, with you telling us a little bit about yourself, where you are located, and what your day to day life is like?
Mhm. Okay, so I'm from Hungary. I live in the capital, Budapest, and I'm guardian of one wonderful cat. He's now in the other room. Maybe he will join us. I don't know. We'll see. Um, I'm working in a multinational company, handling complaints, human complaints. And my passion is dancing, so I'm also a dance teacher, teaching ballroom dancing, and of course animals and nature is my big love. So yeah.
Oh, I love ballroom dancing. That's wonderful. That's great. So, what brought you to the Pride?
It's very interesting. So I felt always attracted to animals. I was always in love with animals. Felt a special bond in my childhood. I always wanted to understand them. But somehow later on, I forgot about this wish to understand them, to be able to communicate with them. I was always a cat person. We always had a cat, so I kind of thought I know the cats, so I know the animals. But back in 2021, there was a dance class, and there was a lady who brought her dog to the dance class. And it was a dog, so okay, I love dogs also, but nothing special. But this dog, there was something special about this dog. It is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. And he always came to me and he was looking at me like he wanted to tell me something. And it was so interesting to me, and I got curious about it. And I was thinking a lot about this dog, even outside the dance classes. And then somehow, I don't know how, I started to search on the internet about how to understand animals better, but I never heard about animal communication before. And somehow, I don't remember how, somehow I found P. And finding P was the best thing that could happen to me, because then it was suddenly there was some free opportunity. I think there were 3 days, some free lessons or something like that. And then, of course, then I found her book. And I don't know the order of the things, but I know that there was an exercise. And I tried to communicate with this special dog. His name is Sherlock Holmes, and remotely. So he was not even there. And I made it. So he told me some things about himself. It was something I couldn't believe it. I thought it's just my imagination. It is very, very nice, very special, but still I couldn't believe it. And then next dance class, I asked this lady the information. I didn't tell her that I was speaking to her dog, of course, because I felt a little bit embarrassed and maybe weird. But she confirmed, like I was asking, how old is he and what is his favorite toy, all the things that he showed me. And it was almost 100% correct. Only a color of his favorite plate was different. So I don't know, but it was really something very special. And then these calls, the power up calls. So I joined the Pride when there was the first opportunity that year. There was also Nature Speaking Summit, and after that summit, I think there was opening the possibility to join the Pride community. So that this is how I joined. And then also there was this free lesson. We could communicate with animals with peace help, and there was a dolphin. So that was the real, like how to say, learned communication. And it was something really, I couldn't believe that it's possible to have such communication, to feel such love. And his name is Player, because he told me his name is Player, and I have this little medal and also ring. to remember this special friendship that we share with this dolphin. So this is shortly the story how I came to the Pride.
So that dolphin that you met during the Pride interaction is stayed with you, and
Yes.
you got them. That is wonderful. God, how beautiful. That's just wonderful. So
Yeah.
you're listening to P replay the animal communication. What is your experience? How are you receiving the messages?
It's very strange. Of course, sometimes I'm always listening to the power-ups with closed eyes. And also, I'm very emotional. So I'm getting very emotional. So there are a lot of tears, but very happy tears, if you understand, when something is touching your heart. So it's not sorrow, no sadness, nothing, something very beautiful that needs to be expressed, I think, somehow. So I see some things, but also experiencing like knowing, somehow knowing, being sure that it is how it is. Like their knowledge is somehow, I don't know. I can be part of their knowledge or their also feeling sometimes. So I even tasted something. I remember there was a hummingbird, I think, yes. And there was fruit or something that the hummingbird we were eating with the hummingbird, merging with the hummingbird, and I could felt that fruit. I never ever tasted this fruit, and it is very, very special, very tasty. So it's a very good experience.
Wow. So you get taste too with your other
Yes.
senses. That's wonderful.
Yes.
So, what is your favorite aspect of the Pride? Is it the power-ups, the campfires, the summits?
Oh, many. First of all, the power-ups, because this was the first thing, this was the one of the reasons why with this special communication. I just wanted to be part of it, to have this opportunity regularly. And of course, with P as our guide, the mentor or teacher, and yes, someone with such a big experience. But also, the pride is something that I can really be proud of. So there are two big things I can be proud of myself, I think, if I may say it so. First, that I'm vegan. So my love for animals is also my way of living. And the second one is being member of the Pride community. And for these donations that he is making to the different how to say different
With the organizations, yeah.
yes to the
Help
different causes.
animals
Yes.
come forward, yes.
Yeah, so this is the way that I can do something for some animals, for some species that perhaps I will never have the opportunity to do differently. So if I'm not a member of the Pride, I could not maybe donate. I wouldn't know, or there are so many. So this is a very, very good way, and I'm thankful that I can feel proud of myself to be member of the Pride community. And also, the third aspect is, although I'm a very introvert person, I could meet some similar people with whom we can share the love and the respect towards the animal kingdom and the nature. And I even have a friend from Hungary. I think we are just the two of us, I don't know. And I saw her in one of the power-up calls. And then I got in contact with her. And although she's living in a different city, we never met in person, but we are talking via phone and also chatting and discussing the power-up calls. And she was a big help when my big how to say my friend of mine, a cat, a black cat, was transitioning almost 2 years ago, and she had similar experience with some former dogs, so she was a big help. And also Peace book about life and love and loss. So yeah, these two things are very, very helpful to me at that time.
Oh, I'm so glad. So glad that was helpful.
Yeah, he's here. This black
That
dog.
I was going to ask about
Hello.
Hello.
The
Yeah.
other one is still with me.
Oh, beautiful. Are you able to communicate and stay in touch?
I tried to before his transitioning. I'm very happy that I could make it. So we could, and it was really it was a big help to me. So I could let him go, and also to know how if we would like to have a health transition thing. So it was yeah. He said like I asked him how would you like to how can I help you, and he said like friends do help each other. And then I understood what I had to do, and it was everything was yeah how he wanted. Later we communicated sometimes, but he's communicating with me in a different way. He's showing me some symbols. He's sending me hearts, little hearts, everywhere. Even in the apartment, I never saw those hearts. Somehow they are there suddenly, like drawing hearts or somewhere on the cover of a book that I never took in my hand. So it's very, very special. He was not a very, how to say, chatty cat. So he was a quiet guy with a big heart. And he's communicating like this,
Oh,
like when he was with me in the physical form. Very, very similar. No
that's
word, just through love.
beautiful. Just sending you love and support all the time through hearts. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, it's not easy. Yeah.
in what ways has being a Pride member enhanced or changed your life?
Yeah, very, very interesting. Um, yeah, maybe it sounds very strange, but I think I'm a better human because of this communication with the animal kingdom. And when I was a child, as I told you, I wanted to speak with the animals somehow. But later on, when I became an adult, and especially when I became vegan, um, I think I was a bit ashamed to be human and also a bit afraid to communicate with the animals because I thought I will hear just very sad things. I will just know about their sorrow and their pain, what we are as humans, sometimes we are causing them. And I guess I didn't want it to hear that because I just couldn't take it. And somehow with this little dog, it started this curiosity. So something from my childhood came back. I didn't think about this shame anymore, and I was not even afraid to communicate with the animals. And somehow, this little guy, this Sherlock Holmes dog, he did something I will never understand what, but he just pushed me, not even pushed me. He called me on a path that I didn't even know there is, and because of that, I feel more human than ever, which is very weird. So my humanity changed, I think, in a better way. Of course, my relation with my own cats also. They felt when I changed, when I decided to go vegan, I felt that shift in our relationship. It was very special. Although I was vegetarian for 6 years before, there was a shift. We came even closer. And after communicating or listening to the power ups, also my cats came in. They were sitting in my lap, they were listening, and they were even, I felt some kind of jealousy, even at the first time, because they didn't know with player with the dolphin, because such love, and I felt such love with this dolphin. And I guess they didn't understand how it is, because one of the cats is a sheltered cat. So yeah, but later on, this communication, it just, everything just fits. So amazing. Yeah. These are the things that changed really. And of course, some friends of mine who knows, I didn't tell a lot of people about this communicating with the animals, but some of friends, they know something and then they are asking me to try to speak with their animals. And sometimes I say, yeah, we can try. And sometimes we have a communication, but I'm not doing it professionally or not at this moment. I'm not thinking about doing it professionally. I think I need a lot more experience and knowledge. So being a professional communicator is not my path yet, or maybe it won't be. So, but still, I think it makes a big impact on my life, and maybe and others also. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And we don't have to go into this becoming an animal professional either. We can just do this and incorporate it into our lives and enhance our own lives and the animal companions around us.
Yeah.
Um,
So
so do you feel you're integrating? It sounds like you are, the wisdom that you're receiving daily.
yeah, interesting also. I'm using it when we are. So I'm a ballroom dance teacher, but I love to dance other styles also. So I'm going to some other dance halls where different styles and folk dances, where we are in a big circle and holding each other's hand and dancing different European folk dances from different regions. And then sometimes I can feel. So I'm very sensitive to human energy as well. And sometimes a lot of people and there are a lot of mixed energies, mixed feelings. And I can feel it and it's not easy sometimes. And then sometimes some animals like appear to me in my mind or in my feelings. I don't know if I'm calling them. I guess, yeah, maybe I'm calling them and I can use their energy to shift the energy in the dance floor, and it's very good, like a kind of protection sometimes, also kind of uplifting energies, and also remembering some like flying as a condor. It is also very very true. It is a very special experience for me. I love flying, and so I use it to maybe to give or to share some feelings, uplifting feelings and feelings of community that I experienced through these communications with the animals and the animal kingdom.
Wow, that's beautiful. I love how you were comparing condor, how you love to
Yeah.
fly, because I feel like when you dance the waltz, it's almost like you're flying also around the dance floor. You have that same kind of smooth soaring, but on the floor instead of in the air. So
Yes.
yeah, it's wonderful. So what progress have you seen or felt since joining the Pride?
So I'm not really expecting to have a kind of progress, when we are going up and something is happening. So I'm just enjoying to be part of this and to feel these emotions and experiences that as a human, I think I would not, or I'm not sure now. As a human, maybe this is also part of humanity to be able to share that we are one, really. So yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be part of these experiences. I couldn't feel these things. So there is a saying that unless you didn't love an animal, part of your heart will always remain untouched. So this is, I think, what I really experienced, that this part that would remain untouched and unloved or undeveloped, that is now a whole one, because I feel this oneness.
Yeah, beautiful. Do you have a favorite species that we've communicated with during Power Up?
Yes, I have a special friend, other one. It's a polar bear. His name is Ixior. Yes. I'm sleeping with him. So I got him from my husband. So the three of us in the same bed, Ixior, me and my husband. So it was a very special bond. He's an old friend of mine. Even we met, I think it was in January last year in the Power Up the Polar Bear. And so he's with me since that. So polar bear, I would never think about polar bear as my favorite species, but now, yeah, he's a special one, really.
Yeah, polar bear was pretty special.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Kinga?
Not really. I think I said even more than I planned. I don't know. Thank you, Rima, for the opportunity and for your kindness and for your heart, because I feel it. You opened my heart.